Well, hi there, food friends. It's Kevin.
And Marianne behind the camera.
And welcome to Cavalcade of Food. And sister, we are in summertime mode. And so we're going to make some summertime food, okay?
Okay.
So we're going to make a summer carrot soup today. And of course, what we love is this time of year when we have not quite yet, we're not in full bloom with regards to our produce, but we're starting to see some summer stuff. And what I like about this soup, Marianne, is that it's pretty easy to make. So what I've started with here is I've got about 5 tablespoons of melted butter, okay? And I'm adding a cup of diced onion, and we're just going to saute this onion in the butter here. Is there any better smell? And we are going to just saute until the onion gets soft, okay?
Okay.
So let's let that do its thing. So that'll take a few minutes. So let me show our friends what we've got. I've got 4.5 cups here of sliced carrots. Okay? You don't have to peel these if you don't want to. You can just scrub them, give them a good scrub, and then slice them up. I slice mine into, kind of coins. Try to get them all the same thickness, then they will kind of cook evenly. So we've got 4.5 cups of carrots. I've got 1 large potato that I've peeled and just diced up. The potato will help give the soup a little bit of body, a little bit of structure, okay? I got a couple of cups here of chicken stock, okay? Now, if you want to keep this a completely vegetarian, you could use vegetable stock instead, all right?
Okay.
But I've got chicken stock here. Here's what we've got for seasoning besides salt and pepper. I've got a teaspoon of ground ginger, and ginger and cinnamon is natural. And I have got a 1/2 teaspoon of herbes de Provence, okay? That is French. And then over here on the side, I've got 2+ cups of evaporated milk. Okay?
Okay.
So here's why I have 2+ cups, because you want to use 2 cups, but the way evaporated milk comes, it comes in 2 different size cans. One's a 12 ounce, and then the small can is 5 ounces. Well, that's 17 ounces. So that's 1 ounce more. You can make this with heavy whipping cream if you want, but because this is a summer soup, I try not to make it so heavy. If we were eating this in the dead of winter, I might use heavy cream, but I'm using evaporated milk instead, okay? Which I think really has a wonderful, because all the water's taken out, a wonderful richness. So we're going to come on back. Once these onions are tender, we're going to come on back and add our other veg in here and get cooking on our summer carrot soup. Marianne, it's been about 5 minutes. So we got our onions nice and sauteed. I'm going to put in our carrots. I'm going to put in our tater here. And I'm going to put in our chicken stock. Now we're going to bring this to a simmer. And we're going to let the onions and the potato and the carrots and the ginger, I'm just going to put the ginger in, not the herbs. Okay? We're going to put the ginger in. Stir that around. Going to bring this to a simmer. And we are going to let it do its thing for about 30 minutes, okay? We want the vegetables to get nice and tender because we're going to end up pureeing these, all right? And I'm going to get cleaned up. How about, Marianne, I pulled on one of the vintage blenders.
Okay.
Okay, since we're going to need to puree this up. And by the way, this is a great way if you've got a Dutch oven, but any large stock pot will do for this. If you don't have a pot like this, no worries. Any steel large pot will work just as well. So we're going to let this cook for a half hour. Come on back when it's tender and get everything together. All right, sister girl. So this simmered away for half an hour. And you can see, Mare, the carrots and the potatoes are just nice and fork tender. Okay?
Okay.
Then I uncovered it after it was done cooking and took it off the heat and just let it cool for 10 or 15 minutes. Now what we're going to do is we're going to puree this stuff. So check this out, Mare. I pulled a blender from the vintage blender department. This is an Osterizer Galaxy 10, okay? Because back in the day, everything was about space age, Mare, okay? So we love things that were about outer space. And doesn't it even look like, the stars? And you've got a satellite here, solid state. So I'm going to set this on puree. Then we're going to take our carafe here and we're going to gradually puree the contents of the pot. So maybe a couple ladlefuls, maybe 3 at a time, a little liquid in here. And something that I know I have mentioned to our food friends before, Mare, and you know this, right?
Right.
When you're pureeing something in a blender that's hot like this, never fill it up, okay? Because all that steam and all that heat is going to come up and you're going to have a mess if you don't want to burn yourself. So even as an extra precaution, I'm going to put a towel over this. Let's see, maybe I'll do it this way so we can see what's going on. And we want to get it, I'm going to start on puree. Well, let me see how it did. Needed another one. Okay. Nope, I'm going to need to give it a little bit of help. There we go. Okay. Try it again. You don't have a lot of liquid going on in here, so there it goes. You see it going now?
Yep.
Beautiful. So what we're going to end up with is a nice, thick, look at that. Is that orange or what?
Yeah. Looks like baby food.
Well, it's probably kind of how they make baby food. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep on pureeing this a little bit at a time. And I think I'll probably take about 3 batches here. You put some liquid in. Make sure there's some of this liquid in here because that helps get it to puree up. And we're just going to keep on at it until we've got it all blended. And then we'll come back and we're going to return the puree to the pot, okay?
Okay.
Check it, Mare. Isn't that beautiful?
Yes, it is.
So here is our pureed carrots, potatoes, onions with the chicken stock and a little ginger. Marianne, I'm putting this on low heat. Now we're going to add our 2 cups of milk and our herbs de Provence. Okay? I'm going to take a whisk.
Could you use like regular milk?
You could. I think it would be a little thin.
Yeah.
But you absolutely could. I would maybe use whole milk.
Okay.
You definitely don't want to use like a skim.
Yeah.
Or even a 2%, I think it would be. But the thing about evaporated milk is it's whole milk, but with the water removed. So it's thicker.
Yeah.
And it has a better consistency. So, here we go. So now, whisk that in. Now we've got milk in here. So what we want to do whenever we're heating up milk, we want to do it low and slow. So I've got it just on kind of a medium-low heat. And we just want to warm this through. And then, now what we can do, Mare, is I'm going to get a spoon, and we will do a little test to see if we want to add some S&P. Oh my gosh. Wow. Is that good? I'm going to add a little bit of salt and a little bit, because you know I like my pepper, of pepper. Okay? And we'll let that. So we're going to come on back. I really don't think it's going to take more than about 5 minutes to get this up to nice, warm soup temperature. You know, we were talking off camera, Marianne, and you asked if you could have this cold in the summertime. You sure could. So you would come this far, season it, get it tasting just how you like it, and then take it off the heat, let it cool to room temperature, put it in a covered container, and put it in the fridge and chill it. Okay?
Okay.
And you then absolutely could serve it cold. Be no problem. And of course, we love to have soup with a nice, in the summertime, you know what? You have a nice tossed salad and soup and maybe some nice yummy bread and butter. And to me, that's like the perfect summer meal. Light, filled with vegetables, and delicious. So, all right, Marianne, it has come up to serving temperature. I've shut the heat off. You know, you got to be careful. It's a milk-based soup, so you don't want to scald it. Now, sometimes people will say, well, why don't you use an immersion blender or what they call a stick blender? That's you know what the one I'm talking about? And I have one where it goes right in the pot and blends it up. Yes, I have one. But you know what? When you have 75 vintage blenders, why wouldn't you want to use one? So, you know, it's you can use an immersion blender. You don't have to use a regular blender, but not everyone has an immersion blender, but you might have a regular blender. So, anyways, I'm just putting that out there. So what I'm going to do, Mare, is we're going to take and we're going to put... the color to me is so beautiful. And then you can garnish with some fresh parsley, or I had a carrot left over and I just shredded it up. And look at that. We're just going to garnish with a fresh carrot. And we're going to now try the final. Oh my gosh. Wow. That is good. Do you remember, Marianne, I put the ginger in with the vegetables to simmer?
Yes.
So you have a very muted ginger flavor. I would say to my food friends that if you want a stronger ginger flavor, put the ginger in at the end, like when I put in the herbs de Provence, and you'll have a stronger ginger flavor. Because you can taste the ginger, but it's subtle. Throwing that one potato in there helped build sort of a nice base of the soup. Gives it a little sturdiness, a little body. You're going to love this, Mare. I'm going to tell you right now. Well, okay, people don't want to sit me here and watch me eat a bowl of soup, but it's delicious and it's easy. And when these fresh carrots start coming in, it's a great way to use them. And we love carrots, don't we, Mare?
Yes, we do.
So we'll eat carrots any way, shape, or form. But here's a fun way to do it with this wonderful summer carrot soup. And again, it doesn't have the heavy cream, but you still get the richness. I mean, look at that silky texture. And that's just from using the evaporated milk. So anyways, we had a wonderful time putting this together. We hope you had a great time being with us. I'll say thank you to Marianne for working the camera. Thanks, sis.
You're welcome.
And we want to say thanks to our food friends. If you like what we do here at Cavalcade, please share, like, and subscribe. Enjoy the summer. We are having a glorious time here in beautiful downtown Croswell, Michigan, and we're going to look forward to seeing you again real soon right here on Cavalcade of Food. Be well, everybody. Bye.
Bye.